Hi, everybody. Thank you for part two, part point one on our show. Currency is our currency. We're going to have some more follow-up featured guests today to talk further about, their cause and what they're about and the organizations that they are associated with and how we as Moors can find out and join the cause to, strengthen our numbers and get resolution and remedy that we all need, deserve, and a God-given right to have and be that God has made us to be. So we have our special guest, Shem Malachi Bey, and we have a returning guest, Abdullah Abey, and they're going to share with us, their work that they've been working on, and take it away.
Shem? Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, peace, truth, honor, and contract. My name is Shem Malachi Bey. My awakening came, I believe, is in 2006 when I was introduced to Professor Abdul Bey through Noah Adisa L. When I heard Professor Abdul talking about status, and I was already one that was already in the court system dealing with franchise and corporate United States law and this and that. But to my recollection, I had no knowledge of treaty law and international law. All I had a knowledge of what was in the box. I was given to me what I heard and researched and was taught by attorneys. But when I met Professor Abdul, I started learning about etymology, epistemology, linguistics, about contract status and Moorish heritage. Then I started listening to Taj, and then I started going around taking courses. My friend Noah had a Moor Science Temple. And then as time went on, I started traveling to North Carolina, started getting into treaty affairs with Halim, good brother Halim, awakened me to some things that we had to do coming together. As a matter of fact, it was Halim, the first one that probably showed me the unity of what it is for people to come and get rested, be a part of a clan or a tribe or claiming to be a part of a society. And what World Me Good was about Halim Bey was that Halim Bey was able to go into the courts and talk about nationality and status. And I was already only allowed to know about, the United States law and all this other stuff that, you hear in school and you hear to the sovereign community and, stuff like that. So after a while, then I ran into, start dealing with hearing the Empress in her book. Then I realized, I started reading about the Washington, the Mande Empire. Then the word empire stuck with me. That go back ancient. So when I said, the Washington, the Mandes, let's go back even further than Egypt. Let's go back to the Charadines, the ancient Charadines, the Phoenician, and the land of Canaan, where we at now. So I started researching, and once I started getting into it and learning and getting deeper and deeper till I became almost just like a jurist in this. And then the Spirit led me to say, listen, you got to do this yourself. These people, you hear all this going on.
Are you glitching in the matrix?
Yes, it seems so. We're having a glitch in the matrix.
So, hello, somebody that called me. I went out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm back. Somebody that called me because I got a friend from Kenya called me. He's just waiting. He's getting up. So this is time to get up early in the morning. He know I'm up late working and reading. So, but I wanted to do. I was led by the Spirit to do it myself because I had all these myths and all this stuff. People talking about somebody went to the UN, they got a seat. So I said I want to research this myself and let the Spirit lead me into the truth. And everybody's saying stuff. But when I started realizing was, if you're going to go to the world bodies, two ways you're going to do it. You're going to send to a proclamation or you're going to send to a note. The Organization American States come out of Pan Am Union. The United Nations came out, the League of Nations. The League of Nations came put together by a treaty, a European treaty. So once I start seeing that and how you get there in the invitations, I said, wait a minute, people talking all this stuff about they got a seat at the United Nations and all that. But we're not recognized. Somebody's lying. So I start realizing that everybody was lying. I'm being honest, they was lying because I had to research and I realized, whoa, wait a minute, this is how you do it. Once I found out how to do it through the Organization of American States and to the United Nations, I said, first, I'm going to ascend to the Hague first. And I got the paperwork together, my portfolio, my constitution, my accession order, my proclamation, my attachments, all I need, and I got to send it to them. And it went to the proper channel. And then one day I got a important letter back. Professor Abdul is my witness on bond papers sent back from the Department of International Affairs, the United Nations. Now, they acknowledged what I did, but they told me I have to do something else so I can receive an invitation. I said, that's it. Then I realized they don't tell you how to do it. Then I have to research. I said, oh, this is how you do it. This is how we can get the Moors back recognized under the empire flag as Moor sovereign states. This is how we got to do it. So I realized I had a friend, I was doing something with them in Jamaica, and we put together an assembly. So I said, well, we got to get the people over here first, man, because they don't know how to do this, man. So, his thing was, let the nigga die. Then people over there went from me. I said, no, don't say that, brother, because you come out of your mother over here, my mother over here, people I love over here. You can't call these people like that and say, let them die. Don't say that, brother. I said, give them a chance if you form a caucus. He said, brother, they ain't doing nothing but claiming to be wards. Going to the United States courts, arguing, fighting in violation of their own treaty. I said, no, brother, this is all they know. I said, even the jurists and people claim to be smart, educated, they don't even know, man. I said, listen, man, because you know some things, you don't know everything, man. They just not the seer to see this. It wasn't given to them. So whether they be deans, professors, or teachers, but they wasn't given this to come back and claim the sovereign power that was already there. So I said, let me get a caucus together here, get the people here to become a population among themselves and claim a domicile, providence, and become a population that's rest among themselves and don't get to stake their energies and then come back and inherit that sovereign power by creating a seal on the flag, representing their dominion. I said, whether they be a chief, a king, or empress, whatever they be, let them be over their province. That's what they want to do. If the people, the population, agree to appoint somebody to a royal house to be that, let them be that. But let's all come together, send forth our representatives under an international sovereign constitution, central constitution, that will be written that all of us go and ratify. Then we'll sign a treaty first. The treaty is the first thing we need to sign. So we need to come together as more civics, body governments, and come and sign a treaty. Then get that treaty together with all the package and offer it up to the international body, deposit with the flag, the empire flag. I said, we can do it. This is not hard. It's all it takes is the Moors to stop running around here. Everybody want to be a pharaoh. No, just be a government and let's come together and send your representatives to create this international body called United Res Publica of Morocco. And we can do it under this one government. We can all be more sovereigns and to show the Indians they can be a part of this. And we all can send our representatives up and create a imperial parliament council, and we can elect our own prime minister and a deputy prime minister, have a judiciary, have an imperial parliament council, all our elected representatives elected by a different province, come and represent them in that sovereign body. And that way that body will be recognized internationally. And then we have a problem that internationally, we'll come and get the council and sheik to handle stuff through the treaty. But when domestic things happen among ourselves, all we would do is file a claim in our own district regional court to settle out our own disputes. And that's what our main objective is. United Res Republic of Morocco is. That's what we want to do.
Ashe, Islam.
My man.
Yes, and yes.
So how do the Moors get involved?
All right.
The Moors get involved by going around. Every Moor living what you call a part of Al-Marun, which is Morocco, which is the Wichita, Bagdamani, which is the land of Canaan, which is Atlantis and Turtle Island. How we get involved is go back to our ancient, they tore down the concept of our unity in trusting in the old records, which has never been changed, the Atlantis, Turtle Island, Wichita, Bagdamani Empire, Al-Marun, Morocco. They took that and said that the old world sink and that America is the new world. What is the new world? It's the new form of communication skills a thinking, listening school of thought, opinions, decisions and judgments which bring in the political jurisdiction of America. America exists in the minds of people. Meaning it exists as a political jurisdiction in the minds. So the morals has been captured through the language and the concept that they will sunk. And then if your world sunk, that means your ancestors is no value. Now what we resurrect now, that's what you live in. That's the fantasy island world. The world of constructive language and thinking. So if we go back to our foremothers and forefathers based on the principle settings and foundation of law, then we can repossess and get restoration of our Moorish sovereignty. And that's what we need to do. That's the only way that's going to happen if the Moor look at the ancient map and pick that province as his territory, get a population, have elections, create a seal, create a flag, and we'll help get a constitution for you. You come up and sign a treaty. That treaty, out of that treaty, will bring birth to United Res Republica of Morocco. Then we'll send that up first. Then we'll create our charter vessel contract. Then we'll get it patent international. We'll patent them first. Then we'll patent it internationally. Therefore, it automatically goes into the International Depository Institution of the United. Automatically, that's who own that institution. International intellectual bureau property. Once we put it there, they get patent, it automatically is registered international in the depository. We just attach it, send it to the Hague, any organization, American States, and send the consul there or the ambassador to do our business. Now, when we got a problem, if we recognize internationally under that flag, was protect us under the Moorish Treaty.
So I have a question. Yes. Being that I am all spirituality, and that is my resting place. What and where does spirituality come in? Because I heard you speak on law of the land, and I know law to be land, air, water, and sun, and that is the law of nature. So with that said, where does that fit in with this? That's
the first. That's the first order. You talking about what came out of the invisible, which is visible now. So you need a visible sun, you need a visible moon to operate the natural channels. The divinity that's in you is above the moon, the stars, and the sun. It comes from a different rim. It comes from the cosmic root of a different order. When it goes into the woman, the sun has absolutely nothing to do with that divinity. It is inspired by the caress of Christ. That was anointed that to give it power in his natural rim to overcome all the fallen elves, the angelic beings that was cast out during the war. It gives the divinity the strength, the conquer and master anything in nature that can harm it and prevent it from its destiny going back in proper order. So you have to leave here and go back to the foundation. Like you come out the earth from your mother wombs, and your mother, we come from the earth. So we are leaving here going back to the cosmic womb. The divinity don't go back to the earth, it goes back to the cosmic womb. That's the male and feminine principle to operate. I'm not gonna get too deep in that because we're gonna keep it on government. We'll talk about that personally someday. That's one of the things that we lack, and Professor Abdul taught that about tapping into that to balance you out down here. And that's what we're missing. So what the Albions and the Mileto Moors are doing, they turn it around, claiming that, but it's not for them. That means that even though they are divinity, their mother rules, but they're not the chosen. They're not the divinity leaves here, got a name when they go back. Wow. That's not even on earth. So we got a long way to go.
On that note, I can fill in that gap because I resonate and I am that vibration. The first show that we had did to open up our first episode season ever was last week, and Brother Odin had did our readings, astrology reading, and because I am very much into that, and he blessed Jamila and I with our sun, moon, and rising readings, and it was spot on with us. And you know, one of my biggest things was spirituality, and so that is partly the reason why that I have this platform here today with Jamila, because there's a brother, Jalil Huel, who I had met with Picola on one of the events that Jalil Huel had put on in Flatfoot, Connecticut, and just having a conversation with the two. He was like, you have so much to share about spirituality and so on and so forth. He's like, you should have a platform. And I was like, well, bring it. So in that, here we are today. And even the name Currency is Our Currency was a spiritual download from, above to, bring forth this energy, this current that we have. And, as you were speaking, they realize that we have energy. They realize that we have the current, the true all and all, be all, is all. And then they turn around and they monetize that. And that's why we have the Social Security number. That's why we have the QSIP number. That's why we have everything that exists here today is because of our true current. That is our currency. So, yes, I am so grateful and thankful that we are here today to, talk about all these things and bring it back to spirituality, because that is where we come from. That is our life source. That is that is everything. Like, there's nothing else without that. And I'm thankful that we are able to, talk about all these different remedies to help us get back to that, because I am of the opinion to say that spirituality was the first thing that was stripped of our nobility. That was the first thing to be taken from us, because the scriptures say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the
Absolutely.
down the principalities and the strongholds. So with that said, the only way that they could have ever defeated us is to take away that. And that resides in Jamila and myself, because we are the mothers and all melanated more women. We hold that. That's our womb. That is us. We resonate and we resound on that currency, that frequency. And that is where all life comes from. And that current that we have in connection with all is, in my factual opinion, to know that that is what has been missing for so long to heal the land, because things have been happening and going on for far too long, and it's been out of order, and it has been a lot of fractionated and things and so on and so forth. And as a woman who is highly in her spirituality, I know that it has to come back to, and I've been downloading a lot of stuff and writing a lot of things. And the relationship with moon, mom, and son, SON and the SUN, is the most important relationship. And that is the first love. So we have to get back to that relationship in order to have any type of healing in this land, because the first, when the scriptures speak about let there be light, that was literally the first son that cast the light. So that part needs to become the forefront, and then we can go head on and solve the issues of today. But that part, knowing that truth that shall set you free, which is light, sun, and moon. Because Jamila and I was having a conversation earlier today, and I've noticed this in the sky for a very long time. But when the night is, the moon is, and when the sun is, the moon's still there. So that just in nature shows you that mom, moon, feminine, she is that. She's always there. She's omnipresent. And when the sun is, she is there. And when the sun goes down, oh, she takes over and she illuminates. And it requires more light for her to shine in the darkness to illuminate than the sun does, because the sun doesn't have to contrast against the dark sky. It has the brightness of the sky to do that. So it takes more energy for mom and more, of that energy to illuminate. And that's what mothers do. Mothers are very giving, nurturing, and all of that stuff. We are constantly going. It's a never ending job. And to see it in the sky and to see it here on earth, it's like that part needs to be reverenced more. And like it's already been shifting. Jamila, she had taken a video of Venus rising. And Venus is, we all know, if you don't know, that is a very feminine energy planet. And she rose. Jamila, you can speak to that because you're the one who recorded it. You was lucky to do that.
Yeah, no, I came out of the flower shop. Our people tend to call the place where we go to exchange our currency for fiat the plantation. So I call it the flower shop. So I was coming from the flower shop at like 6:30 in the morning, and I saw the moon and Venus. And I mean, I can't even, it's inexplicable, the feeling that came over me just to see the moon and Venus. And it was so quiet. It was completely dark outside. And I was just like in awe of the moon and Venus right there in front of my face. And so I took a video of it. And so that's what Angel is referring to. But yes, one thing I could say about it just feels like the force, because there is a force. May the force be with you. All these things that they put into movies, it's real. They tell us what's going on, and we just think it's entertainment. Yes, I felt like the force was with me. The power of the ancestors, ancient mothers. Because there's only one, and we all come from that one. So yeah, it was very powerful to see Venus and the moon together.
Yes, very much so. So anything else we want to say?
I would like for Shem or Abdullah to look. Okay, so we see that across on the ticker that we can get Abdullah's books from mooresandmasonry.org. And if people wanted to join, into the United Res Republica of Morocco, what can we find on the website? How would we contact?
All right. Yes, the on the website will be the contact information, our email, the United Res Publica Morocco at protonmail.com. There's United Res Publica Morocco at protonmail.com. We'll be sending soon an invitation to Body Politics to come and join. We're going to have a educational cycle about 3 months in parliamentary law and Moorish history and philosophy and international diplomacy and international law and treaty studies, so that we can make sure we can prepare the various Moorish body politics into signing the treaty that will bind us politically. So there's going to have to be an educational process, because we want to make sure that we all of the body politics are on one accord, that we have one mind, one goal, one focus, one aim, one thought, right? Which will give the instrument its power. We have to know how to have the knowledge to defend our Moorish nationality and our Moorish land. All right, so that'll be coming that'll be forthcoming. All right, so that'll be on the website. Now, so we'll be sending a formal letter, an invitation letter to the Moorish Body Politics. So if you have a Moorish Body Politic or a study group that we will help facilitate into a body of civics, all right, you can write us, the United Res Publica of Morocco at protonmail.com. United Res Publica of Morocco at protonmail.com.
Okay,
the email's not
Islam.
on, but this protonmail.com is the email.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, so much good information, so much good things to look forward to in the future. You know, a lot of people can sit here and say that 2020 has been, you know, negative and bad. And I find my 2020, personally speaking, has been amazing. It has been, you know, wonderful. It has been growth. It has been evolution. It has been, you know, seeing all the things that are to come. That's where my 2020 has been, and it's been clear, focused, and exciting. And 2021 is going to be, you know, even better. It's going to enhance. And I like to say things about flavor. And yes, this has been a flavorful year, but next year, oof, is going to be that flavor. And I'm so excited because everything is just going to come together so eloquently. It really, really is, because we've been putting in that work. People like myself who's been doing the spiritual work, and because that's what really is required also. And because, you know, when we do our paperwork and all these different things, you know, we have to put that energy behind it for it to, you know, come to fruition. Because, you know, I said on the earlier show today that a contract is just a dead living piece of paper until you put that energy behind it and have that current exchange and that energy exchange, then it becomes life. So once we realize that and do our, you know, our rituals and, you know, do our everything that we're supposed to do, you know, that supercharges any process that we do. And that's also part of our remedy in getting back to that and acknowledging that and that part. So
Yes, and I love that because me and Professor Abdul been teaching to the caucus and doing the courses that the reason why the children, the babies, are so important in coming out of the women, because we're more valuable than the gems, the diamonds, the gold, the livestock, because in us is the divinity and the master, which is down here in this invisible plane. And the reason why we are the engine, the energy, the current power that drives this economy, this industrial. We the one give value to the metals. We determine what is valued more than what metal or what substance of the earth is valued, what animal is more tastier. This is done to our intellectual property, to our divinity. That's why the current, which is divinity in us, is more valuable than anything. That's why they market us as surety and put us on the market as futures.
Yes, yes,
and
yes,
why
and yes.
Currency is our currency. I mean, you said it right there, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
currency, the currency is our currency. We are the currency. If it's not for us, there's nothing. Nothing.
Absolutely. Who's going to harvest? Who's going to plant seed and harvest the ground? Who's going to hedge the ground? And who's going to take care of the trees? See, everything that's down here is in us already. And what happens? We are the engine. We give value. We paint. We create music. We create our intellectual property. Give the inspiration to the whole earth. So this is why the babies are so important as important surety. Because without us and divinity, you got nothing. The earth is barren. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm. The nations come from, yes.
This is so awesome. I hope that we can have you both back on this show at a later date to tell us more about what's going on with the United Res Republic of Morocco, and and just update us. Let people know.
Oh, this thing gonna blow. Listen to me. This thing gonna blow. Believe me, when this thing get before the right people, and I know the right people to go through and walk right there, deposit it. Once that happens, these Moors here have to get their act in order. Order's gonna be done.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, I told you the spiritual will. I told you the cosmic rule has ordained and gonna make you get in order. If not, you're gonna move out the way. That's how it's gonna be. That's order. That's how it's gonna be.
Yes. More, please. Thank you.
Let's speak about the grand opening. The grand opening is this Saturday, November 7th, from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 602 Vanderveer Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware. Is the headquarters. We'll be viewing Zoom, live Zoom, and also the YouTube, and also Facebook Live. You go to, you'll see a United Res Publica Morocco Facebook page. You'll see the flyer where you can get the Zoom link, the Zoom information. United Res Publica Morocco Facebook page. You see right up there. You'll see that you actually see the flyer posted. All right. I want to thank you, both of you, for having us, and we are definitely an honor, to be on this show. And it's wonderful. It's great to see have sisters who are have a show of this magnitude, and trust that you can continue doing great works in uplifting fallen humanity and bring my people back into the treaty protection. All right.
Yes.
And so that we can establish more government among ourselves to represent our people in the international community. All right. To establish diplomatic relations with the treaty nation, that is Great Britain, France, the Netherlands, and the de jure United States Republic. All right, and to establish diplomatic ties with the other nations of the world. All right, this is our destiny. This is our aim. This is our focus, our goal.
I'm so excited.
Both of you. All right, and tune in live once again on Saturday from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, thank you again for having us.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Where currency is our currency. Please like and subscribe to this channel. All right, now.
Look out for merchandise. We're going to be merchandising some things. Yes, and yes.
Well, we got some secret weapons. We're not coming out with it, but we got some things to create our own platform under the treaty, and we also got it set up where we're gonna start making sure we train our police under the Act of Algiers. A lot of things going to be done the proper way. Like I said, this is not me doing it. I didn't realize this until, my seer and also a prophetess, an old woman, blind woman, she did. Now I've seen this. I was prophesied that I was going to run into Abdul, and that's my first teacher. This was my seer told me this. And I was waiting that one day Abdul walking down the street, and I caught him right away. I said, I can't let him get away. Man, this is Abdullah. What are you doing walking down here? Ever since then, that was it. But ever since then, me and Professor Abdul been doing it. We've been doing it.
Yes.
Along with Tamara in the caucus.
Tamara Eel
in the caucus.
She's been very instrumental. We had Terrence Bay, who's been instrumental, and we had the other caucus members. All right, so we definitely don't want to, we can give honor to Tamara was on a conference call, so she couldn't. She was on a conference call, because otherwise she would have been on. So she did get the note. I did text her. All right, so definitely. In fact, we'll have Tamara on the next time with us.
Yes. Look forward to it all.
Right, so
yes.
I want to thank you all again, because I always want to, give honor to those who have assisted us.
Yes.
All right, because without them, all right, Shim and I would not be able to.
They go this far. That's right.
All right, so we have people who are in the foreground, all right, as well as the background. Tamara is in the foreground, so we don't want to say Tamara is in the background. She's in the foreground.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Keep talking.
Yes, and yes.
All right, now.
Ashe, Islam, peace and love, prosperity and health and wealth.
Yes. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. I say.
All right.